everyone, wherever you are. Good morning to Gaza. It's always morning in Gaza. Gaza is the only light, the only truth in this world, in the darkness of our world. Everyone, wherever you are. Good morning to Gaza. It's always morning in Gaza. Why is it echoing? Gaza is the only light, the only truth in this world, in the darkness of our world. What's this, Maisa? Do you know?
I don't know. Let me check. Maybe everybody mute.
It's me.
And then let's.
It's me. It's the YouTube.
Oh, okay. Let's mute you, Karama. I'm gonna mute you.
I muted the YouTube. Sorry. Go ahead.
So thank you for joining us, and thank you for being with us every week. Despite we're talking about sad stories, sad situations, catastrophic situations, and genocide, but with you, with your strength, with your resilience, with your commitment, we will stay strong and we will keep pushing, we will keep fighting, we will keep uniting, we will keep mobilizing people all over the world to ensure justice for us all and to ensure that we, the people, united, can create the world that we deserve, not the world that Trump, Kushner, Musk, Netanyahu, Ben Gvir want us to live in. And it's only through us, through all of us, that we can make this a reality. We are proud of you. We are thankful for you. We are going to keep going. We do have a schedule for this webinar. And since last night, we had a whole new schedule on top of the schedule that we have. So we have many speakers today. They are all important voices from Gaza, from the West Bank, hopefully from Congo, from Sudan, from Canada, from the United States, all important voices, all here mobilizing for the same cause, which is our shared humanity. So we're going to try to accommodate everyone. We're going to try to be hopefully quick and fast to cover everyone and to give everyone the time that they deserve. But it's going to be busy, and I do recommend that everyone stay until the last minute because the last section of our webinar is not going to be recorded. But it's very important. You need to hear that, and you will not have a chance to go back and see it on our YouTube. Our brother Gur is going to talk to us about mobilization in the medical community in the West, which is a very important, insight and strategies for our work. And based on their request, it's not going to be recorded, but it's important to hear and to be there for it. So today, we hope that everyone stays until the last minute. I'm not going to waste any more time. We are going to go to north of Gaza. Our colleagues, Dr. Muhammad Kuzais and Dr. Abdul Wahab, are going to share with us their testimony, first-hand testimony about the situation in North Gaza. Muhammad and Abdul Wahab, please introduce yourself, and it's all yours.
Thank you guys so much for having us. Many of you guys may know me. Muhammad Kuzais, I'm a pediatrician. Last year, I was in Gaza back in the north in January, before the January ceasefire. I had the eternal privilege and honor of working with the doctor sitting to my next, Dr. Abdul Wahab Abu Warda, one of the most well-known trauma surgeons here in the north. He's very graciously offered his time today to talk about a project that is near and dear to his heart that we were trying to put together and wanted to bring to Doctors Against Genocide first and see if we could potentially form a collaboration. Despite having yesterday spent all day in surgery and finishing at midnight, he still managed to make time for us today, all day after the bombings yesterday as well. So the project that we're talking about, there's Dr. Warda.
Hello, I'm Dr. Abu Srour. I'm general surgeon from North Gaza. I'm worked all the world at the North at Shifa Hospital, Ramadan Hospital, Ramadan Hospital. We perform thousands of cases of exploration. I perform more than 4,000 cases of exploration. The situation here is so bad. We lost everything. So our hospital, most of our hospital completely destroyed. Now we start back to work at the Shifa Hospital. Just
Did we lose them? Okay, they're back.
Sorry about that. We're
okay.
back, I swear. All right. So
until yesterday, we received yesterday we received the wounded. Every day we receive cases from the border, wounded, gunshot, explosive injury. So situations at our hospital so bad, so
What
difficult.
hospital are you in, Abdul Wahab?
what hospital are you in, Abdul?
Yeah, I'm at the Shifa Hospital,
What position do you have at the Shifa Hospital?
general surgeon,
And
specialist general surgeon.
and head of trauma surgery.
Yeah.
Dr. Abdul Wahab is also trained in cancer surgery or surgical oncology. And so, as he stated, during the war, the entire healthcare sector was dedicated towards dealing with the most acute cases, trauma, and just survivability. But now, after the war, there has been a push to try and get some of these cases done that were kind of neglected or deal with the side effects of these blast injuries. Or the trauma that was suffered in the war. And so we're talking, this is the work, and it's not wanting to work. So this is the example of Amir, sorry. Of Amir. This is Dr. Abdul Wahab and myself working on this kid. This kid had a tiny 14-gram piece of shrapnel that through time took out his spleen, took out, parts of his large and tall, distal pancreas, his colon, his small intestine, part of his kidney as well. And so
When
this
was
child
that?
ultimately went on.
When was that, Dr. Muhammad?
This was a year ago during the war.
Okay.
But afterwards, this child would go on to need a colectomy, or colostomy rather. And so within the time period of the war, there was not really any good opportunity to do anything like a reversal for a colostomy after this child had healed. But fortunately, Amir has been able to have his colostomy reversed, has been able to go on to resume normal life. And now Dr. Abu Wahab has thousands of patients that the health ministry has been unable to prioritize their care or their surgeries that are waiting for repairs of, to be able to go back and resume their normal lives. We have the rough case numbers. Again, as I said, Dr. Abdul Wahab amazingly did over 4,000 XLAPs during the war. And so he knows a lot of how many patients of each type showed up. And so something like a reversal colostomy, there's over 1,000 that are waiting. Incisional hernias, there's about 1,000 thyroid patients, cancer or other disorders that need resection. There's about another 100 breast and colon cancer cases. There's another 200. And maybe Dr. Abu Wahab can tell us a little bit about why the health ministry is unable to kind of prioritize or care for these patients right now.
Now, at our hospital, we can't perform all this surgery. We not have the large number of cases we can't deal with them at our hospital. So we have at our hospital just 7 operation room for all specialties: neurosurgery, orthopedic surgery, general surgery, and we can't do that, especially super major cases. Now we start to do some elective cases, like moderate case, major case, gallbladder stone here. Yeah, we can do it now at our hospital. But super major case, at least one case, maybe need 1 week admission at our hospital. So we don't have capacity and the bed to do that at our hospital. So now our project talking about if we can do these cases at private hospitals outside the MOH, Ministry of Health Hospital.
And so we've looked into it. The total cost per surgery for equipment, hospitalizations, and follow-up for each of these cases is about $1,500. We're not right now. We have about 10 cases picked out to start with. Do you mind telling us about 1 or 2 of the cases, Dr. Abdul Wahab? that you think would be a good patient to start with?
Reverse colostomy, we have cases in cancer.
احكي لنا عن ده.
Now we have yesterday I saw two patients at the end colostomy since around more than 1 year. The big problem with the patient, life quality, quality of life, not available for stomach bag, not available. So the patient complain every day, come to us, I need clothes, I need reverse of the stomach, but we can't. Also, we have some cases thyroid disorder and with the compression symptoms, but we can't do it at our hospital. So maybe we can do one case every week.
The surgical team is available. It is mostly a shortage of staff and facility, or sorry, mostly a shortage of equipment and facilities overall. Dr. Abdul was graciously offered to donate his skills to this project. I think you told me yesterday also about a mom who has breast cancer, who has children, is very young as well.
Or a heterosexual couple and you go to get married.
Okay. You don't have to name I'm not sure who's talking. Can you guys hear us, Nidwan?
Yes, we can hear you. Go
We hear
ahead.
you. Sorry about the
Oh,
noise.
okay.
We can hear you.
كيلو نفحت الام اللي كنت عم تحكي لي اللي عنده breast cancer اللي ولدين عمره 16 سنة.
Yeah. Before 3 days, female patient, 35 or 37-year-old, come to us and after evaluation and biopsy was diagnosed as breast cancer. Before the war, we deal with this case as conservative breast surgery, like lumpectomy. After that, maybe the patient referred outside to get radiation and chemotherapy. Now at this situation, we can't do that. So to modify the radical mastectomy. After that, patient will go chemotherapy. But due to the situation, can't do at least the surgery here.
And so there is a time component to this, that there are unfortunately going to be, and actually actively are, patients who are suffering morbidity in terms of a worse lifestyle, whole and difficulty, especially when you're talking people are living in tents, living in camps, as well as mortality for a lot of these cancer patients who don't have the time to wait before being able to get their surgery. And so I deeply respect Dr. Abdul Wahab. You know, as a member of Doctors Against Genocide, when he brought this to me, I thought it would be something worth pointing out that the people of Gaza are struggling with right now in terms of not having these facilities, in terms of not having the supplies, in terms of something we can advocate for, as well as something potentially, if the group is interested, we can try and work together and fundraise for. Thank you all so much for your time. If anybody has any for Dr. Abdul Wahab, please feel free.
Were there any questions? I think there was
Yes.
a
Yes,
question from
I do have
the
questions,
audience.
Muhammad. Can you stop sharing so we can talk, please?
Yes, absolutely.
So, Dr. Abdul Wahab,
You
you
see
have 9 or 10 cases now who needs reversal of the colostomy, yeah?
Mixed reversal colostomy with the thyroid problem. We have now around 10 cases. Yeah.
How many? 10 cases. And you think because of the shortage of the Ministry of Health, you can do them at the private hospitals?
Yeah.
And each case costs about $1,500?
Yeah.
So that's a total $15,000, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so DAG will cover all these 15 cases, please. So please, let's make the arrangement, you and Muhammad. We will send $15,000 to you or to any private hospital, and we will cover all of them. And once we finish the first batch of 10 cases, we will compile the second batch. That's good?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So please,
And myself
doctors,
and Dr. Abdul Wahab.
hold
on. I'm just saying we will definitely provide verification for all the patients. And just to try and further the cause, we can try and get a lot of these people understand that it's important for us to get media to share. And again, you guys are just, as somebody said in the chat, you guys are so amazing. Like I don't have words for this group, mashallah. It's an honor to get to be with you guys.
consider it done. And the good thing about it is if we do surgeries for these people, we'll save them we've saved them having to go outside of Gaza to do these surgeries. So whatever we can help to do in Gaza,
Absolutely.
because medical evacuation, I know it's important, but it's a lot of headache for the patient, for the family. It's a lot of trauma on top of their illness. So our goal in Doctors Against Genocide is try to support the healthcare system in Gaza, to fix the healthcare, to rebuild the health system, so we can do as many of these cases inside Gaza and save our people, the people who are already traumatized, already sick, already suffering, severe injuries and suffering, cancer, advanced cancers and advanced healthcare problems. If we can help them while they are there among their people, their families, and spare them the, spare them the extra burden on their families, then we'll do it. So this is a commitment from DAG, and this is an invitation from all our colleagues, all our supporters to support DAG. Just donate, please, to any DAG link on our website, DAG Relief or something. Dr. Abdul Wahab will compile the information about these cases and the logistics of where they can do it, and we are gonna send them the funds as soon as they are ready, inshallah. So thank you, Muhammad. Thank you, Dr. Abdul Wahab. We're really proud of you. We appreciate your work. And again, because today is very busy, we're going to move to our next speaker. We have Dr. Muhammad Sakar. He is the head of the nursing department at Nasser Medical Complex. Dr. Muhammad Nasser has been doing a great job, an amazing job at Nasser, keeping Nasser Hospital functioning and providing for the people through 2 years of genocide, despite all these difficulties. Yesterday, they had a horrible day. They had more than 30 cases of trauma, severe trauma, and multiple fatalities from the genocide. We are happy to have Dr. Muhammad Sakar with us. We are working with Dr. Muhammad Sakar and with his team also, the nursing department at Nasser Hospital, to kind of solidify the skill of the nursing staff there, so they are ready for these case of catastrophes. We have something called the Nasser Nursing Academy. Him and his team, and with a few of us, are building these skill training programs for the team at Nasser. And once we finish this, the plan is for Dr. Muhammad and his team to move this to the rest of Gaza hospitals, and hopefully to the West Bank, and hopefully worldwide, because I think we all over the world as doctors, healthcare workers, have a lot to learn from our colleagues in Gaza. Without any further delay, Dr. Muhammad Sakar, thank you for joining us again. منور انت دايما. اهلا وسهلا. Please
Hi, Dr. Nadal.
introduce yourself and tell us what's the situation at Nasser Hospital, especially in the last few days. أهلا وسهلا.
Yes, thanks for giving me the chance to be here with you. Actually, Dr. Nadal, we appreciate the Doctors Against Genocide favor with Palestinians. You mean a lot to us. You have given a lot of help and a lot of aids for Palestinians, especially in the healthcare sector. Thanks for everything you are doing for Palestinian citizens here. Actually, as you know, the current situation in Gaza Strip is very critical, and the nightmare and this Holocaust is still going. Unfortunately, we see execution of Palestinian citizens on a daily basis. Nearly every day, we receive fatalities and injuries despite the peaceful agreement that was 2 months or 3 months ago. Last day, yesterday, we have received nearly 30 injuries inside the emergency department of Nasser Medical Complex, in addition to 11 fatalities. Most of the injuries and the dead bodies we have received in the emergency department are children under the age of 18. By the way,
can you say that again, please, Dr. Muhammad?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Yesterday, we have received in emergency department of Nasser Medical Complex nearly 30 injuries and 11 fatalities. Most of the injuries and fatalities are children under the age of 18
Wow.
and women. Actually, the scene is heartbreaking. When you come now to the ICU of Nasser Medical Complex, you get surprised that all the patients, or most of the patients that are intubated right now in the ICU, are children. Children with amputated legs, with amputated arms, women with complete burn, 70% burn, and sometimes 60% burn. The scene is really heartbreaking. Israeli soldiers are still killing Palestinians and executing them on a daily basis. By the way, this is happening while we are lacking nearly every single element and supply inside the complex. For example, we don't have thermometers now. We don't have blood pressure machines. We don't have a dressing gauze. Sometimes we have to stop the service of a dressing because we don't have adequate gauze. Imagine that a hospital, the only functioning hospital in the south of Gaza Strip, that nearly serves 1 million people, are without a dressing gauze inside the complex, without thermometers, without blood pressure machines. The situation is really horrible. Dr. Nadal, let me just clarify something for your audience. We try and we have made many appeals to the international institutions in order to help injured Palestinians to leave Gaza in order to receive the appropriate treatment outside Gaza. But the Israeli army doesn't allow these patients to go to receive treatment outside Gaza. And they don't allow us to get the adequate and required supplies and instruments to treat them. This means that that the Israeli army is intentionally killing Palestinian citizens. Imagine that the army doesn't allow these patients to go out Gaza and doesn't allow us to receive the adequate supplies and instruments for introducing and giving the health care. What's happening here is a real Holocaust. This is a shame on humanity. When you see that children, women, men, older people are being killed here on like a coordinated plan. You know, we have lost hundreds of lives and thousands of lives due to inadequate supplies and instruments. This is a shame on humanity. By the way, we are trying to find other ways in order to get these supplies. For example, I'm the head of delegation committee inside the complex. I'm trying to talk to delegated doctors coming from the US and Canada and other countries worldwide. I'm trying to talk to them, please, in your bag, try to get some supplies. But when they come here, they tell us that the Israeli army search their bags looking for any medical supplies and dispose them on the border. They don't allow any medical or nursing supplies to enter Gaza. This is insane. And this really violates the international laws, and this must stop immediately. Dr. Nidal, by the way, we got sick. We have been working for 2 years continuously, receiving thousands of injuries and fatalities inside the complex, and this is still happening despite the peace agreement. Israel is targeting every Palestinian without any limitations, without any like distinguishing between like men, children, older people. They kill just. What fears us actually, what fears us actually, is that we feel that the purpose of killing Palestinian is killing itself. You know, this is really scary. When you feel that they just want to kill, this is horrible. And by the way, imagine that just within 2 years, more than 25,000 children under the age of 18 have been executed by Israel. Do you imagine the number? It's really something incredible and unbelievable, but it's the fact. Israel is killing
What is the number?
Palestinians.
What's the number, Muhammad, Dr. Muhammad?
Yeah,
The children
nearly
killed?
25,000 children, Palestinian children under
So
the
each,
age of
yes, under the age of 18. And
under the age of 18.
each one of them
Yeah,
is a human being, is a
yeah,
child, is a son,
child.
is a brother, is a daughter of a family. Imagine, guys, our kids, our people. It's not just numbers. These are not just 25,000, abstract numbers. Each child, a boy or a girl, is a life, a whole life that their parents have to do so much to have them, to raise them, to protect them, to feed them, only to lose them unnecessarily due to deliberate, intentional war machine, genocidal war machine from Israel and its Western supporters. So this is very important. We cannot just focus on the numbers. Each one of these is a full life. It's a whole world for their parents. تفضل دكتور.
Yes, yes. I 4 or 5 months ago, I felt that I should take an exceptional decision in my work as a nursing director of the complex of the hospital, because I see that the target is women and the children. So I gave instructions to my staff for giving a priority just to children and women inside the emergency department, because I felt that the target is the Palestinian race. So we have just to give a priority to children. Dr. Nidal, imagine that in just 30 minutes, a very small emergency department receives nearly 300 injuries in just 30 minutes. So you have no space. You put this is recurrent. This is recurrent. It's just not an exceptional one. This is on a daily basis. So I felt as a responsible person that the target is the Palestinian race. So I gave instructions to my staff to give a priority to children and women. So when these numbers come to the emergency department, our nursing staff started looking for just children and women. And this is not right according to triaging. As you know, we triage according to the complexity of the case. But we have changed the triaging system, just giving the priority to children and women. Imagine what's happening here, because we don't want to lose more children, we don't want to lose more women, so the focus was on women and the children only. Dr. Nidal, what's happening here, as I told you, is not a fight against Palestinians. This fight is against humanity all over the world. When you kill for killing itself, when you burn because you want to burn, when you destroy the infrastructure because you want to destroy, this is really scary. And the Israeli army must be accountable someday, must be brought to an international court, because this is a war crime. By the way, for me, an ordinary person in the society, I've lost 4 or 5 of my cousins, and they killed my brother, and they killed my mother, and my mother, by the way, had a referral to Egypt in order to receive the medicine there, because we don't have the adequate supplies and instruments, as I said. But they deprived her from going to Egypt, and she was waiting for to be transferred for more than 4 months till she died on the bed in the hospital. Imagine that they are destroying the humanity, and they are destroying everything, killing your brother, killing your like cousins, killing your mom, destroying your houses. The situation really is horrible and devastating, but we don't have another choice. For example, let me just explain about our choices. One day, they didn't allow the Israeli army, didn't allow the urinary bag, a urinary catheter bag to enter Gaza. So I instructed the staff to collect urine in food dishes, in food plates, because the urinary bag wasn't allowed to enter Gaza. Sometimes no thermometers at all. So we were measuring the temperature by palpating and touching the skin of patients. Imagine this is happening in the 21st century. I don't know where is the international community and where are the free people all over the world? They must force Israel to stop this Holocaust as soon as possible. Yeah, Dr. Nadal.
Wow, that is tough for us as doctors, as workers working in the West, knowing that we have all the tools that we have at our capacity to help people, and knowing that even the biggest hospital in the United States cannot handle more than 10, 20, mass casualty at a time. You're talking about a small scale hospital getting 300 massive injured people every day for the last 800 days, and not having even a thermometer or medication or supplies to deal with these people. This is catastrophic. I agree with you that Israel and anyone who enabled this genocide should be held accountable. Otherwise, this will become the new norm, and everyone else in the world can be the next target. So accountability is key for prevention. It's not just out of vengeance. It's not out of just they deserve it. They do deserve it, and they do deserve vengeance. But it's for the sake of humanity, the sake of protection of life, the sake of making this never happen again to any other people, that the perpetrators should be held accountable, and that every leader, every army, every nation should know that there are consequences when they commit genocide. So accountability is key. Number two is aid should be allowed to Gaza immediately. All the crossings should open immediately. All medications, supply, food, medical equipment should be allowed immediately. And the third thing is Israel should be sanctioned, and the ceasefire should become a reality. And what is happening, the way they're trying to kill people by other means and by slower scale bombing, by starvation, by disease, by hypothermia, by mobilizing and weaponizing the weather, even to kill people. All their games, all their tactics are exposed now, and we should warn the whole world of what they are doing. So thank you, Dr. Muhammad. We are proud of you. We learn from you and from your colleagues, our colleagues in Gaza every day. You are our moral compass, and you are our teachers and educators for the
Thank you.
future.
Could I say just a
Yes,
word?
تفضل.
Yeah, just a sentence, please. Dr. Nadal, let me say, really, the Israeli army could take away our life. They could take away our hospitals. They could take away our universities. They could take away the water wells inside Gaza. They could take away food crops and all over Gaza. But we won't allow them to take away love in our hearts. It's a promise. Yeah, it's a promise.
Say it again. Say it again,
The
please.
Israeli army, Dr. Nidal, could take away everything in our life. They could take away our universities. They could take away our hospitals. They could take away our food crops. They could take away our water wells. But we won't allow them to take away the love in our hearts. We are human, and we won't allow them to deal with us as animals and take away love in our hearts.
Thank you. Thank you. Gaza teaches us, liberates us every day. Thank you. They will not take away love from our hearts. They will not take away the humanity from our hearts. Thank you. And again, you and your colleagues and the people of Gaza are always and will always be the moral compass of all of us, and we all owe you so much. Thank you, Dr. Muhammad.
Thank you.
Dr. Muhammad Kuzais and Dr. Abdul Wahab, Dr. Muhammad Sakhr is here. Do you have anything to tell him or any more comments on your end before we move to the next segment? Because again, we're
No,
over.
Dr. Abdul Wahab had to get up to the bathroom. I just wanted to say thank you guys all so much. You continue to be the amazing group I'm proud to be a member of.
We lost you. We lost you, Muhammad.
I was saying, no. Dr. Abdul Wahab had to get up to go to the bathroom, but I wanted to say thank you all so much for the continued support. You guys continue to be the amazing group I'm just so proud to be a member of. And I really love that you tied it in, Elad, when you mentioned that we have evacuations that we're unable to do because there are other cases that need to leave. Working in Nasser and Dr. Dr. Farah can tell you there are even pediatric cases that need emergency transport, but the list for evacuation from Gaza is now 18,000 patients. And so being able to work some cases here will hopefully help relieve some of.
Inshallah. And your friend Dr. Farah will join us later. He has a whole lecture to give us too, but we will keep him to the end. Thank you, Dr. Muhammad Kuzais, Dr. Abdul Wahab, Dr. Muhammad Sakhr. We'll go now to Iyad Amawi. Haven't heard from you for a while, Iyad. And I know you have a lot of updates. Please share with us what is happening in Gaza, what's your take on what's going on.
السلام عليكم.
يا هلا.
السلام عليكم my colleagues دكتور نضال منورين يعني بالعربي ما شاء الله عليكم and my greetings to my colleagues from Gaza and we still stands دكتور نضال as دكتور Sakhr promise you our love and our heart will stay forever inshallah بالعالمين. Of course the main headline is that the catastrophe is still ongoing and there are no rapid or real deeply effective emergency solutions to reduce. But on the ground, the crisis.
Yeah, can you fix the
Yes.
connection? Is it cutting off a little bit?
The Rafah crossing was.
Yeah, can you fix
Yeah.
the connection? It's cutting off a little
Again.
bit. Do you have this the earbuds or something? Usually. Hello?
The internet.
Hello?
I think it's an internet problem. Try again.
Hello?
Yes, we hear you.
Uh,
I think his connection is weak because he's frozen. Yeah, we lost him. Okay.
سامعني?
Yes, it's better now.
Yeah. I talk about briefly my introduction about the catastrophe is still ongoing and there are no rapid or real deeply effective emergency solutions to reduce its severity. We continue to hear promises and positive statements in the media. But on the ground, the crisis persists. As mentioned my colleagues before me, the Rafah crossings was opened today on a trial basis. As reported by the media and expected that tomorrow 50 injured just people will be allowed to leave, accompanied by only 100 companions. When this number is compared to 20,000 cases, it effectively amount to zero in relation to Gaza actual needs. This is the clearest proof that what is happening is merely media theatrics intended to prolong suffering and renew the siege on Gaza in order to force our to leave. Regarding governmental work in Gaza, there is in fact no functioning government. Even community security structures are being targeted under the pretext and maybe using a pretext as mentioned yesterday, they hitting civil police stations with most of the injuries was and casualties from the civilians. People here are facing social and internal disputes that require civil police interventions to resolve yesterday under the pretext of targeting the police, civilians, visitors, children, and women. were killed in a horrific massacres. 31 martyrs, Dr. Nidal, with people still trapped under the rubble in Gaza City, and more than 68 injured with varying wounds. These ongoing massacres confirm that we are living through everything except a true ceasefire. It's important to note that Israel and the occupation forces has effectively broken and violated the ceasefire hundreds of times, informally withdrawing from the agreement and acting freely on the ground with continuous incursion. Yesterday, these incursions expanded further along the so-called yellow line or yellow deception line, with more than 70% of Gaza now under occupation control, while we are confined to only 30% of the strip. In addition, winter conditions, Dr. Nadal, as you know very well with my colleagues, are approaching. The day after tomorrow, a deeply weather depression, the ninth to hit Gaza in less than 2 months, is expected. You can imagine that heavy rain and strong winds striking the entire Gaza Strip from Monday down into Tuesday morning will mean. We don't know what we will do amid all these accumulating negative pressures and unmet needs, which not even 10% has been addressed. Moreover, the severe economic blockade continues. There are no job opportunities, and people are still growing under a siege that has lasted for more than 800 days. No work and no freedom of movement. In addition, my colleagues and all of our audiences, we now have serious and genuine concerns that many who leave Gaza will not be allowed to return, and there will be strict security on anyone seeking re-entering. The number of those permitted to leave can't meet Gaza's minimum health needs, especially regarding the evacuation of the sick and wounded. This is extremely dangerous, announcing figure such as 150 patients per day. If we need 15,000 patients for medical care, means we would require around 1 year and 1 month, or approximately like that, for crossing operations. You can imagine that it implies, in short, the crossing is practically closed, but media-wise, it's presented as open. Therefore, we continue to live under escalating pressure. There is a repositioning of the chaos and repositioning of siege policies and re-engineering the catastrophe in ways that reduce media pressure on the occupation, Dr. Nadal, and make the world forget that genocide is occurring. We are under genocide and under fire, under selective fire at every time, every night, living through everything except a real ceasefire. I will not talk more. Thank you so much for your interest, and keep going. And as mentioned, we will not give up. Inshallah, we'll serve our people here, even though it's happening. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Yad. Thank you. Really appreciate it. It's a painful but needed update on what's happening and what needs to be done. And this is a message for all colleagues here. We're going to the Congress February 11th. Message for all of us, for Dr. John Rower, for Dania, for Martha, for everyone and Iman, to get this on, these, demands very clear, very, strong for our politicians to end the genocide, open the crossing unconditionally, not use aid and humanitarian needs as a tactic of negotiation. There are, lives on the line. This is not politics. This is not a negotiable, political situation. These are urgent and dire needs for a whole people who have been besieged and bombed for 2 years, for the patients, for the nurses, for the children, for the mothers, for the fathers. They need immediate help and relief. So thank you, Iyad. Now we are gonna, Karama, if you're available, I wanna go, I think, to Shatha while we're waiting for Wasim.
Yeah, of
You want
course.
to introduce Shatha, please?
تمام.
Thank you, Iyad.
Thank
So,
you, Dr. Ramadan.
Shatha, are you ready? Yes.
Unmute Shatha. Yes,
You're,
she's
you're
just
mute.
unmute, please.
She's muted. Shatha is one of our partners in the ground. She is in the West Bank in the city of Bethlehem. She's an activist for disability justice, and she just published a very thorough report about the situation of the patients, of the people who have disabilities in the West Bank. She will share with us her report and her insights, and it's always great to hear from her. She was one of our speakers in the DAG conference, and she's a solid partner for Doctors Against Genocide. Shatha, you are muted, Habibti. If you can unmute yourself, that would be great.
And everyone is welcome to visit Palestine, visit Gaza, and visit the West Bank and Shatha. You will find Shatha in Bethlehem. Do you mind if we visit you, Shatha? You are muted, Shatha. Can you unmute, please? الميكروفون يا شذا، افتح الميكروفون، مسكر الميكروفون عندك.
I wish we can unmute her.
Can we, or where is Maisa?
No, you
I'm
cannot.
here. No, I tried.
She's.
Oh, yes.
Can you hear me?
Oh,
Okay, good.
she's good
Yes,
now.
we hear you
مع
now.
السلامة
Thank
يا
you.
شذا.
أهلا
Okay.
وسهلا شذا. We hear you, Shada. Go ahead. It's all yours.
I couldn't hear you for a while at all.
No, it's good now.
To be honest, it's really. But first of all, thanks for having me. It's always great, enriching, and heartwarming to be among your community.
Shada,
Always.
yeah, your voice comes and goes. ممكن إذا بتقيم السماعات يطلع صوتك أوضح.
عشان بستعمل الناطق راح يعمل مشاكل إذا بشيل السماعة
أوكي طيب يعني
خلينا نحاول بنشوف شو
حاولي.
نعمل.
شكرا. Thank you.
So, thanks for having me. I also wanted to say that it's really hard to be talking after all what we've heard from our people in Gaza. But it's also our responsibility to show that genocidal attempts, the Israeli policies and practices, just the same in different levels, in different forms, are also taking place in all Palestine, including the West Bank. The study I want to share with you today is an attempt to enrich the academic the academia that is trying to demonstrate how disablement, debilitation, targeting the Palestinian body, the Palestinian geography, the Palestinian infrastructure is a settler colonial policy. We are focusing in this study on Palestinian body, so to speak. So this study, we interviewed 21 Palestinians who have been injured between the years permanent disability as a result of their injuries. All of them were men, 18 and 40 years old. We tried to also target women, females, but unfortunately it wasn't possible due to either being able to access women who have been injured or women we accessed at the end, at the last moment, decided not to participate in the study. I mean, it tells us something that needs further exploration. This study is important this time more than any other time for several reasons. One, because what's the so-called international community represented by the states, the imperial states, mainly the EU and the United States of America, and maybe some Arab states that fund the Palestinian Authority are putting pressure on the Palestinian Authority to stop Palestinian injured Palestinians with the monthly pensions, monthly salaries, as well as the families of martyrs, the families of prisoners. So, and we claim, and some of our participants also stated that the Palestinian Authority is compliant with this pressure. Of course, this doesn't only mean that injured Palestinians are not receiving salaries, but it also means that it comes with harsh their social, familial, and also life and health
Shatha, is it
conditions.
okay if I share the study so that people can see it on the screen while you're talking?
Of course, if you can. So it was a qualitative study. We interviewed first of all we made two pilot interviews after we drafted the set of questions, and then we interviewed 23 participants. We considered only 21 because two of them were not up to the criteria. The interviews were held during the months June and July and maybe August of the last year. We reached participants through organizations that work with and for persons with disability, and most recently designed projects to target injured Palestinians. Also through connections between participants, like snowballing, and also through some semi-governmental organizations that also work with and for injured Palestinians specifically. The way it went, we asked people about how they got injured. It is interesting to note that all of them could remember the date and the time of the injury, how it happened, where it happened. It's also important to state that most of the participants were injured while they were going about their lives. They were walking in the streets, they were coming back from work, they were sitting with their family members, they were biking, going to buy something, stuff like that. Something we didn't include in the report, which was possible to read from between the lines during the interviews, that among 21 participants, I could say that maybe 3 or 4 of them could have been involved in resistance attempts. Other than that, the rest were just, as I said, going about their lives. 2 of the participants were journalists, so they were shot, targeted while they were covering certain events. All the participants said things that suggest that the injury is a life-changing experience for them. Said things that suggest that their life before the injury is not going to be like their life after the injury is not going to be like their life before the injury. Several participants stated that the Israeli occupation forces shoot to kill, or to cause permanent disability. One of the participants said that, that he was in the ambulance with two of his cousins. One of his cousins was tied to his leg. The ambulance was stopped by the Israeli forces. He was attacked with a knife on his neck by an Israeli soldier, and the same Israeli soldier untied the bandage that was on his cousin's leg, so his cousin was left bleeding to death, and the ambulance was stopped for an hour. Then they let them go. Another participant was first aided by the Israeli officer who shot him. Then he said that he heard a call made to the man chairing his village council, and this officer said to this man, "For you, I don't want to kill. I intentionally target legs. I want to disable them. I want to humiliate them. I want them to taste death every day. I don't want them to move. Target their legs so they won't be able to move." Services and participants journey with that. So the majority stated that they received, some of them stated that they were chased by the Israeli forces after the injury. They were delayed, or as I said, ambulances were stopped. Some of the difficulties participants talked about in the hospitals. So they talked about lack of sufficient medical interventions, delays in getting the necessary medical referrals by the procurement department at the Ministry of Health. Financial coverage does not include certain drugs, surgeries, rehabilitative services, and assistive devices, as well as medical follow-ups and visits. Well, most of the participants they either need to or are receiving rehabilitative services, but they are covering them from their own pockets. Some participants still need assistive devices like medical boots, wheelchairs, crutches, like eyeglasses, prosthetic limbs, or parts for prosthetic limbs. As we always try to remind ourselves and people, the injury isn't only an injury in an eye, or a loss of a limb, or loss of a sense. It's a change that happens to a whole life of a person. Why we also talked with participants about the impact of the injury on their socioeconomic and psychological life. And here, participants talked about the changes they are experiencing in their bodies, the way they see themselves, the way they perceive their bodies is also reflected on how they see and perceive their roles and their responsibilities in their communities and among their family members. They talk about emotions like helplessness, the need for isolation, anger, short temperament. About attempts to cope, trying to cope. Many of them talked about this issue. It is urgent and it is a necessity. In some participants' words, I feel helplessness, fear, family and friends see that I'm different than the one I was before the injury. It's difficult. The feelings of the human being get destroyed. I used to come and go. I feel dead. I was a human being and then I became someone different. No, if I will comment, it's like becoming someone with a disability make some people feel like they are, less than a human being. So some talked about, after the injury, they cut connections with friends, forced to experience isolation, familial problems due to the change in their temperament, drugs. Some of them also talked that, said that they are experiencing, difficult sleeping patterns. So why some participants get isolated? They talked about the fear from rejection. So before I get rejected from people, I choose isolation on my own terms. Some talked about the shift on how they are perceived by the public. They look with pity. Some also talked about, comments they hear, like, it is your fault. And this is, to be honest, it talks to a change that is happening here and there in the Palestinian community. Some talked about the bad economic situation, outings with friends require having money, and so they don't have money, so they can't go with friends. Yes, in some participants' words, the look, the attitudes, the words, all of them are different. I hear things like half a human being. I hear them and I stay silent. Some participants talked about other factors like inaccessible environment and forced displacement. About forced displacement, people especially from Jenin and Tulkarem, when they get injured and they are forced to leave, the neighborhood where people know them, where they have friends, family members, it gets even more difficult to experience injury and disability afterwards when they are in a different neighborhood where nobody knew them before the injury, nobody knew who they were. And so they are just known as those people who are, in their words, like helpless and also almost meaningless. The majority of the participants stated that they don't work, attributing that to the injury or the medical treatment. This results in worsening economic situation. Some of them said that they are on debts. Some of them said that, excuse us, we rely on charitable organizations. Also, as I said, and as they said, because I'm here just trying to say their voices, that they are getting irregular pensions from the Palestinian Authority. It's either irregular or they don't get it at all, or it's insufficient. Psychological impact, depression, frustration, anger. This is in their words. Short temper, helplessness, fear, and pain. Many of them talked about their thoughts on what the injury will mean for their future. Sadness, weakness, fear. How will they work? How will they marry? How will they deal with, how they were before and how they are becoming after the injury? Questions on the dependence on others, and the fact that many of them know they need the help of others. Some said that life ended after the injury. Loneliness, in their words, how it places me at the bottom of the ocean. where I suffer from thinking, unable to see how to get out, suffer from how many times I die daily. And half of the participants, said that, they are almost able to adapt, attributing that to their personal persistence, but also the family support and the progress they are experiencing in their medical treatment journey. Those who did not adapt or did not want or do not want to adapt, based on their input, they reject to adapt because they reject themselves the way they became. They used probably to have prejudices about what disability means, and prejudices are now they are projecting those prejudices on themselves. Forced displacement, as we said, and unrealistic expectations from the medical rehabilitative no access to rehabilitative and services and assistive devices also affect their adaptation process. Also, the lack of or absence of economic empowerment interventions. What I did, I don't want these days. I want the days I had before. Too much confusion. I don't think it's possible for one to adapt with this. One can adapt with hurt and pain, but so these should focus on this issue: injury, disability, specifically targeting non-combatants, just casualties, because most of what we found focus on combatants. Something we could not write in academic reports is that if the Israeli occupation forces believe that a disablement and disability is something humiliating, they think of disability as degradation or degrading. What does this say about how they perceive their citizens with disability? What does this say about their attempts to show themselves as a democratic state that respects diversity and works towards inclusion?
Shatha,
Yes,
thank you so much for this profound presentation.
thanks for having me, as I said.
The comments are absolutely, everybody appreciates hearing you. Obviously, you're painting a very painful picture for something we intrinsically know as Palestinians. I was reflecting back to my days as a physiotherapist during the first Intifada, and some of the stories you shared are painfully familiar to me as well. Most of them youth, most of them directly targeted and left without the use of either their limbs or some other faculties. So this is painfully common for us Palestinians, and your words are very profound and felt by all of us. So thank you so much. Everybody's asking if they can have access to the report, and I wanted to ask you, Shatha, if it's okay for us to put the report on the website so people can download it as a PDF. So I just wanted to ask.
It's made for the message
For sharing?
to be conveyed, yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. I'm just gonna go through some of the questions in the Q&A. A lot of people wanted to access the report. And so this was a study between Birzeit University and the Institute of Community and Public Health.
Public Health.
Mm-hmm.
Main researchers supervised by Rita Jacaman and Suzanne Mitwalli.
Okay. Thank you so much. Was there anything else you'd like to share, Shada, before we move to the next presenter? Rama or Nidal?
Yeah, a quick question for Shada. Shada, participating in the study with you, how did the participants feel about telling their story? Was it, did they feel some validation of their feelings? Do you think they will, having their words be known to the world, do you think that is a therapeutic thing for them? People are saying, storytelling for people who have suffered trauma can be healing and can create some solidarity feeling and community feeling. What is your take on storytelling?
As I said, we conducted this study in a harsh time because injured Palestinians, especially those who were injured while they were, just exercising their right to resist occupation, especially those, would come with patients. So their interventions and participation would be kind of limited. But for the most part, participants really wanted to talk, wanted to be heard.
Yeah.
The shortest interview was it's like 50 minutes. 50 minutes. One of the pilot interviews was for almost 4 hours and a half.
Wow.
So people have a lot to say, and they feel left.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think maybe
Well,
it was healing.
I
I
hope
hope so.
I hope you can relay the message to them that their words have moved people beyond imagination. There are the comments about your presentation, the demand for having the report, our interest in making this known to the whole world is a testimony to how powerful their words are and how moved we are by these testimonies and how committed we are to try our best to help them. So please relay this and let's just keep in touch and see how we can, inshallah, make a difference. Even if it's a small difference, we should all try.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, I will.
And much appreciation for you for doing the work, for being such an eloquent speaker. You know, you're not reading the comments, but I can tell you how much people appreciated your presence, your words, your work, and the people that you interviewed. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts, collectively, from everyone who's hearing you.
Thanks to everybody who opened their hearts and ears and minds to listen and to feel. And hopefully together we can really make a change because, injured Palestinians as well as, families of martyrs and prisoners now are target groups by almost everyone who doesn't want those three groups to breathe in the world, unfortunately. So yeah, it is our responsibility to try to continue to do something and continue to make their voices heard. Thanks.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Is Wissam back or no?
Thought he was back.
Wissam, is he here?
Oh, he was back for a bit and then he's no longer here.
Okay. We're waiting for Wissam Said, who also is a very important participant in today's webinar from Gaza. He wrote a book about being a witness to hell. Dr. Yiping was supposed to introduce him, but unfortunately, Wissam has been having a hard time with the internet. So we will wait, and if he comes, we will give him the chance to talk to us.
But we have Hayam
Hayam.
Karama. Maybe we
Yeah.
can go to Hayam in the meantime.
Oh, perfect.
Thank
Oh.
you, Hayam, for joining us. You and Padroni can introduce Hayam. Hayam is here.
Oh, yeah,
I'm here.
نور أهل غزة وأهل مصر.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Dr.
Nidal.
Padroni, please introduce Ms. Hayam.
You put me on the spot. Okay.
Go
Well,
for
I'll
it.
do it.
We know you can handle it.
We will see you if she taught you well over the past year or two.
يلا
So-
I have to introduce her in Arabic, right?
Yes.
yeah. Arabic and Chinese and English.
Of course. So I am absolutely delighted that Hayam is here. My personal connection to her is obviously that she has been my Arabic tutor, although I've been a bad student and I've run away. But even more importantly, Hayam is an example of everything that we fight for and everything that we're concerned for. Hayam and her family
Tom, please. Part of the Arabic thing. Her name is Hayam.
No, he's right. I'm Hayam.
Hayam?
Hayam. Yeah.
بالعربي شو اسمك
Absolutely
بغزة؟
right.
Your name is Hayam?
Hayam, Dr. Nidal.
انت بالعربي شو بيحكوا لك بغزة شو بيحكوا
Hayam.
لك؟
I would like to call me Hayam.
Hayam. Okay. My
Yeah.
fault. Okay. It's okay.
Nidal, I will
It's
coach
okay.
you later on pronunciation, okay?
In Italian. Okay.
So I was saying she evacuated with her family in April 2024. She and her husband and her mother and her 5 children. One of her daughters was experiencing extreme diabetic concerns, which is what the primary motivation for them to leave. I don't want to take a lot of time, but her husband had a furniture business that they both worked in together. Hayam has training as an engineer. It's very difficult for them currently in Cairo because they are not able to work, at least in a formal way, which is why we have an engineer who has now become an excellent tutor of Arabic, and people should join her tutoring. She is also connected with the diaspora, the displaced community of many other families in Cairo who have come from Gaza. And this is very important. In fact, I think she's hosting people in her home and has hosted people in her home related to this. She met in person with Nidal and with Karame in Cairo, maybe 2 weeks ago while they were there. And and this is what I want to remember. The last thing is that her dad is still in Gaza. He's a retired hematologist. And he has all of the paperwork in place to be evacuated himself because he's experiencing heart failure and it's very urgent. But there are pieces that have not come together, particularly with the Egyptian government. He is on the WHO list. And that's where things stand for her right now. So, Hayam, I said everything you needed to say. So,
Yeah, that was so helpful, Tom. Thank you so much. It was so helpful. Yeah, as I'm so proud of being here. I'm so proud of meeting you all. Yeah, my name is Hayam. I'm a mother of 5. I'm displaced here in Egypt. I witnessed 7 months in the genocide. I am here after the genocide. And these 7 months, they felt like 7 years, actually. Yes, my daughter is a diabetic type 1, and that was the most serious motivation why I thought that, no, I have to rescue her because, as you know, medicine was like, the occupation didn't allow medicine to be in Gaza anymore. And I felt that there would be a moment that I would see her, I would witness my daughter. She may lose her life because insulin is like life to diabetic patients. She and thousands of other patients were deprived from their needed medications and needed basic of life. 2 million actually 2 million Gazans had their needs and had their necessities being deprived of due to this criminal occupation. That's not only my story. This is the story of 2 million Gazans. And a miracle happened, and I could evacuate with my husband and my 5 kids and my mother. And unfortunately, I had to leave my beloved people behind. I had to leave my friends, my father, who was, I unfortunately wasn't able to convince him to leave his hometown, his neighbors, his house. He was too attached to it, and he didn't want to leave all this behind, and he wanted to, stay still there till the last breath. But I had to evacuate with my family and my kids, and he encouraged me to do this. He said, you have no other option. And it was like a very painful moment, because I felt that I let him down. I let my people down. It was like the guilt survivor. That's what we Gazans call this. We survived, we feel guilty that we survived. But we had no other option. And here in Egypt, unfortunately, they do not give us legal papers like the other nationalities. So we had to start from all over again, from the scratch and even below, like 0 and below. As Tom said, I'm an industrial engineer. I hold a master's degree in project engineering management, but we could not work here with our certifications. And then it came the idea of teaching Arabic, online tutoring. And it was really a brilliant idea. And I'm so lucky to have a friend that supported me doing this, encouraged me. And Arabic brought me with so many wonderful people that I'm so proud to meet. And they were like angels that sent us. They were sent to support me, to support my family, to encourage me that no, there is something good in life, and we have to stick there and to hang in there, and that we are not numbers like other politicians or other, we Gazans, we feel like that we have no human rights, we have no protections, that we are numbers to lots of politicians. So no, these people, they gave me hope again that no, there is some goodness in this life. And I believe that Arabic language is a very powerful and a very beautiful language, and that it's really worth every effort that is made to learn it. It can convey the ideas and the expressions deeply. And it's really not an easy language. I consider it a difficult language, to be honest, but it's really worth it. It's really worth it to learn it. And I'm so proud of being an Arabic tutor. I'm so proud of my friends. I'm so proud of my students. I'm so proud of Tom that he tried to learn it. And he's still, he wants to learn it when he's not busy anymore. He promised me this. And I'm so proud that I'm here with you now, because if it wasn't Arabi, I wouldn't meet Tom. Tom wouldn't meet me with Dr. Nidal and Dr. Karami. So I am so grateful for the Arabic language. It did all the best for me. And that's the story. That's my story briefly. And I'm so open if you have any question to me. Thank you so much.
I will say one thing, because we had the absolute pleasure of meeting Hayam in Egypt. Got to meet her, got to have a Ghazawi dinner with her, and I consider her a gift to Doctors Against Genocide. Just meeting her, getting to know her spirit. She's a mix of dignity, vulnerability, honesty, and she is a fantastic Arabic speaker. And I think We wanted her to do a Doctors Against Genocide Arabic school. So, and she said yes.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's my honor, Doctor.
People who want to learn Arabic from a fantastic teacher who is not only a good linguist expert, but also has an amazing personality. We will put a link for Hayam so she can start our medical Arabic education. How about that?
Thank you so much, Dr. Karam. It's such an honor.
Yeah. And yes, she is taking more students, right? And if the students become more, we will have group sessions.
Yeah.
That would be perfect. Yeah.
Yes.
So it was an honor meeting you and knowing you here. And we know, inshallah, we're going to rebuild Gaza. And
Inshallah.
we need the engineer anew again. Inshallah, we will have you back in Gaza to rebuild everything the genocidal regimes committed. That will be our best response against them. And we trust you, we trust the people of Gaza to be the lead on this. And about the Arabic part, we are proud that you chose this because part of humanizing the people, the victims of genocide, is to learn their truth through their language, through their tongue, through their colors, through their voices, their faces. The people of Gaza are not numbers. They are full human beings. They are engineers, they are doctors, they are mothers, they are fathers, they are grandfathers, grandmothers. They have a language, they have feelings, they have hearts, they have lives, they have futures. They have everything like every one of us. And through learning their language, through understanding them in their own tongue and their own stories, we humanize them and we protect them, because once the world sees them as full human beings like all of us, it gives them more moral reasons to stop their eraser and work against it. So what you did is you humanize your people, and this is really something to be proud of. And I like your accent in English. What accent is this? Is it British or American or a mix of things? I don't know what accent you have, but it's really good.
I was taught I learned English in schools as a British accent, and then I met my students, they're American, so that it became mixed accent.
So I don't want you to teach me Arabic. I'm okay in Arabic, but maybe you can teach us some English accent. Tom
Well,
needs a lot of
yeah,
help with his Arabic.
that
And
works also.
actually, it's part of DAG mission to encourage people to speak native languages, whether it's Arabic, whether it's Zulu, whether it's native language, Congolese language, Rohingya language. We need to understand these people. Language is very important to humanize people. English is not the only truth in the world. And the language is very important because for the Western world, if you don't speak English, you don't exist, or your truth does not count as much, or your life does not count as much. So it's very important. There are so many truths, actually more truth in other languages, the native languages, than it is in the English or Western languages. So please, as part of supporting the victims of genocide everywhere, try to understand them, try to learn their real stories, their languages, their life situations. This is part of humanizing them, because we as human beings, we share everything. And each life is worth the same. And Hiyam, whether you know it or not, you were a DAG, you were furthering our mission by spreading the education of Arabic language. And we encourage everyone, Hayam, not Hiyam, Hayam, can have more students, and we can have groups of students from DAG join Hayam, and we can call it a DAG Arabic school led by Hayam. And inshallah, soon, once she goes back to Egypt, we can join her journey for rebuilding and starting all over again in Gaza, inshallah. Anyone else here from the panels? Tom, yeah, go ahead. Any
Yeah, I
questions?
just wanted to add that um, she teaches Arabic and she teaches various specializations. Where we talked about Arabic for medicine. For me, I'm not a medic, so she teaches me Arabic for tarnib, because I'm part of the Tarnib circle for Nidal, and everybody speaks Arabic. So I have to, part of the game is the language competency as well.
Hang on a second, Tom. The Tarnib circle for Nidal?
Yeah, I
You
have
have
just
to
another
ask. You
circle.
have
Hayam,
That's
to
an
you play
official
Tarnib too?
thing?
You play Tarnib too, Hayam?
Yeah, yeah, you can teach me.
Maybe in
I know
Gaza
hand
style.
remi, I don't know tarnib.
Yes, go ahead, Tom.
No, I was done. That was it. That was it.
So, inshallah, I know we cannot trust the perpetrators, but the fact that the Rafah crossing hopefully to open today, and tomorrow they will have people go in and out with some restrictions, but with your pressure, with your government, with your elected officials, we want them to open all the borders unconditionally and to allow everyone in. And inshallah, we will go all together as a delegation from DAG, tens, hundreds of us go together and meet Hayam, her family, meet Dr. Al-Farra, Dr. Sakar, Dr. Abdul Wahab, all the people in Gaza, and rebuild Gaza all together and learn all their accents and eat from their food. From what I hear, Gaza has one of the best foods in the world. And Hayam invited us to a restaurant in Egypt. It was Gaza owned by one of actually ladies from Gaza. She's really amazing. She had 2, 3 restaurants, 5-star restaurants in Gaza. They were all destroyed, and she, along with him, were also forced out of Gaza. But as Hiam, she did not quit, and she insisted on opening her own business, and it was an amazing food. Anyone who wants to go to Egypt, please. What's the name of the restaurant, Hiam?
Juzur, which means roots.
Juzur. Yeah, Juzur means roots. It's what's the location of that restaurant? Is it
The first settlement, القطامية downtown.
what is it? Downtown?
The first settlement, القطامية downtown.
Yes. Anyone who goes to Egypt, please go and visit that restaurant. It's really amazing food.
ايش
Been to
بالعربي؟
that restaurant too. تجمع الأول مش كده؟
التجمع الأول القطامية downtown. This is its name in Arabic and English.
And then you can have فتة غزاوية مش هيك؟
Everything, يعني they had everything. But tell them Karama about the food. How was it?
Oh my
It was a
God.
good suggestion, right?
She
The only food,
she was right. It was amazing.
the
I've been
only
to
food
that restaurant twice,
that
yeah.
can come close to it is for another restaurant from the owner is also from Gaza in DC, which is the Bawadi that we go to. Actually, the one in Egypt is a little bit better, but this comes very close. So inshallah, Hayam, if you come to the United States, we'll take you to Al Bawadi restaurants in DC, Washington DC, and you can eat there, and we can compare the
Well,
two
Dr.
dishes.
Nidal, you have a representative of me. That's my son. He's in the States, in the same country as you. I forgot to mention for the participants about my son and the miracle when he got a scholarship in the United States, and that he's studying in Tulane University now, first year. So
He got
he's a
scholarship.
fighter like his mom.
He got a scholarship in what?
A fully funded scholarship in Tulane University in Louisiana, in New Orleans in Louisiana.
This
So
is the
you can
people of
invite
Gaza.
my
This is
son.
the people of Gaza. Yes, actually,
Yeah, you can invite my son
give us
now
his
instead
number,
of
please.
me.
Give us his number. We're gonna invite him to our DC. We can
What is
invite
his
him to
field?
DC and cover
I
him.
will, of course, I will.
Allah
What is
يخليك
his
يجي
field,
معنا.
Hayam? What does he want to study?
He's studying now 2 majors, actually, Tom. He's studying computer science and finance.
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to introduce him to my son because my son is in that field in the finance economy stuff. So these are the capitalist people. Okay. They will
Yeah.
understand each other. But yeah, please share his number with us. We want to know him and invite him to DC. And I'm sure we have people in New Orleans. Actually, one of our colleagues, one of the doctors, is there in New Orleans. Maybe we can have him, and he's a younger age, so close to his age. So maybe they can, all become a group of
That would be
friends.
great, Dr. Nidal. Actually, he's looking for a summer internship, as he wouldn't be able to join us this summer during to the laws of the restrictions on Palestinians. So he's looking for a summer internship there. So
Well, inshallah, we'll make it happen. There are so many of
Adla
us
is from
here.
Louisiana as well. Isn't she, Adla? From Louisiana, her family.
Her family is in Louisiana, yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
And we have the doctor who used to be in New York. What's his name? He's in Louisiana now. He's in he's a resident.
And there's a woman in DAG as well who is actually medical faculty at Tulane. I can't
Yes.
think of her name right now.
You're right. She came to DC,
Yeah.
not the last visit, the time before.
Right.
Or I'm not sure. The last visit or the time before. Good. So we got him covered here. Hayam.
And
thank you so much.
happy to host him in Chicago if he wants to come visit us here.
Thank you so much. I
Nice.
appreciate it.
Same in
Yeah.
Boston, Hayam. Same in Boston.
And in Ypsilanti.
Same in
Thank you so
Toronto.
much.
Hayam, last question for you.
So nice of you.
Hayam, last question for you. What's the difference between Hayam and Hayam? What does each one means?
Well, both of them they mean passionate love. But I love the way it's said, like Hayam, more than Hiya.
Okay.
But in dictionary they have the same meaning, which is passionate love.
So you
And
and
I was named after my grandmother.
So you and
Yeah.
Dr. Muhammad Saqar are all about love. The people of Gaza, despite everything, they still insist on love and
And
loving
our
people,
names,
loving
it's
themselves.
only our names always got a meaning, Dr. Nidal. As your name, Nidal, as Barama name, we all Arab, we have our names. Even our names got a story behind it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's
Thank
tough
you.
love, though. It's tough love. As
Tough
her
love.
student, I can tell you, it's tough love.
And you know, guys, who's here, who finally showed up, and he has a lecture ready for us? Dr. Ahmed Farah. Do you know Dr. Ahmed here?
No, unfortunately, I don't know him.
Get your seatbelt ready, and everyone. Now let's go with Dr. Ahmed. Dr. Ahmed, are you there?
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام. يا هلا نورت.
حبيبي كيف حالك؟
الله يخليك. الحمد لله تمام. We're all waiting for you, Dr. Ahmed. Are you ready?
Yes,
Dr.
just
Ahmed is
2
from
minutes, but
Nasr. Go ahead.
we are just preparing some connection.
Okay. Who's helping you? Who's
Okay.
helping you?
The good guy.
Who's the good guy?
You know him.
Don't pretend you are high tech and you know about these things. I know who's helping you behind the scenes.
I don't know anything about media and technology without him.
طب هات خلينا نسلم عليه.
سلم عليك.
كيف حالك؟
الله
شو
اخبارك؟
اخبارك؟
الله يسعدك ويبارك فيك. الحمد لله والله
اتفقنا نحكي باللغه الانجليزيه يا دكتور نضال، عم بيقوي نفسه باللغه الانجليزيه.
بالانجليزية. So thank you for all what you do helping your dad. We need your help here too, inshallah, and dad. Hayam, Dr. Ahmed is in Khan Yunis. He's the head of the pediatric and maternity department, and they are gonna share with us more about the situation, the medical situation in Gaza, and what Gaza went through in the last 2 years. So let me see. لحظة شوي. Yeah, we are ready when you are, Dr. Ahmed.
And Dr. Ahmed, we can see your presentation, so it's ready to go.
هاي بشوفوا الشير سكرين تبعتها.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good to
all
go.
good.
Okay, my friend.
Ryan, one more
I
time.
would
Thank
like,
you.
I would like. Okay. Is the screen is available?
Yes, it's all good, but your voice is like on and off somehow, but the screen is good. We see the screen.
أو رحت هناك أحسن. لو رحت هناك أفضل.
بس وين اشوفك اصلا؟ ما غيرك من
لا قصدي عشان الإنترنت يكون أفضل.
اتوقع.
Hia, what's your son's name, Hayam? Is she still with us? Hayam?
ريان.
Hayam? Okay, she's not with us.
ريان.
His
Rayyan,
name
yeah.
is his name
But
is
we have
Wada. His name is Wada.
Wadah.
Oh,
Wadah?
you and your
Yeah.
pronunciation.
Okay, yeah. So we want Rayyan to get a scholarship like Wadah to join him.
Okay, my
Yes, all
friends,
good now.
brothers and sisters,
Hello, Sahla.
thank you for having me this night. I send you my warm greeting and best wishes. You hold the shield of dignity and the promise of continuity. Today, I make a presentation of six stations. These six stations are the main stations in my life, and the main what we can talk about uh, some events, great events in this genocidal war, because I was involved in every station on every event of these events. Um, again, my friends, this is because we have nearly 2 years and nearly 3 months about this genocidal war. So this is as a conclusion or summary what happened in Gaza in these 25 months. Again, it is true that occupation succeed in demolishing and devastating most hospitals and damaging a large number of ambulances. However, the occupation stood powerless and shackled in its attempt to break the will and determination of the Palestinian people, who continue to plant seeds of life. Palestinians have presented a unique and inspiring model to people around the world. They became moons, not only for Gaza, but for the entire world. Each one of you, our colleagues in Doctors Against Genocide, deserve to be honored as an expression of gratitude and appreciation. However, due to short time, I would like to express my sincere thanks and deep appreciation for your unlimited support for the Palestinian people, and especially for the continuity, for not giving up, for being available all the time, especially Dr. Nidal. Dr. Nidal, I stand in front of you because of your time, your effort, for everything you did for Doctors Against Genocide and for everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to attract your attention that my speech is divided into 6 to 7 parts. The first part is talking about hospitals and health sector. You know that the occupational forces destroyed nearly 38 hospitals. I took the Shifa hospital as an example for that. This is the picture of the emergency department of a Shifa hospital before the war. It was amazing. It was nearly 60 beds, and sometimes it extended to 120 beds. You can see how it was organized, how it was clean, how it was highly equipped, and it used to have a lot of doctors who highly skilled and a lot of technicals machines like CT, like MRI, like usual X-ray, ultrasound, and everything. I want to talk that this emergency department Palestine, neither in West Bank nor in Gaza, no emergency department like Shifa Hospital. and it was the core for training newborn doctors from Gaza Strip. Most academics considered it as the backbone of the health sector in Gaza Strip. It was appalling that a well-fledged plan was being carried out to devastate that medical edifice during the war. In fact, the emergency department of Shifa Hospital has been the heart of the hospital since its establishment. It has been providing people with the best medical services possible over the past 4 years. This is the emergency department during the war. You can see children, you can see toddlers, you can see the doctors, you can see amazing effort that they did everything to save life for these innocent people. You can see the overcrowdedness, you can see the patient are on the floor because unavailability of beds and unavailability of any place in the hospital. You can see women, you can see men, you can see children. This is the hospital after, not the Israeli troops, after the Tatar. I don't know what is the meaning of Tatar in English. I don't know. After the Israeli troops had broken into it. You can see the reception room. This is the emergency department that we give the picture before. They destroyed everything. They destroyed MRI. They destroyed CT. They destroyed even the chairs. And after that, they make a fire in it. I would like to mention that it was really shocking that the occupation have fully destroyed 38 hospitals and 833 mosques and 163 educational institutions. The pictures that I shared, my colleagues, is just for one department of one hospital. That pictures is not covering just one hospital and one part. What you can imagine about the other 38 hospitals to evaluate the destroying that happened and the genocide that happened in Gaza. I want to shift to step through or event number 2. 2 months after the war had started, I doesn't that time to be connected with Doctors Against Genocide. As usual, I was in my office in the Tahrir Medical Complex, in Nasser Medical Complex, that night when I suddenly woke up to the sound of a huge explosion that shook the entire building. The blast was extremely violent and loud. We smelled heavy smoke coming from a nearby room. To our great shock, it turned out that the explosion had occurred in the next room to my office, when I was the head of a pediatric department. I wasn't at that time the director of Tahrir Hospital. I was a head of pediatric department B. My colleagues and I rushed there to see what had happened. We discovered that a tank shell had struck a patient who had been receiving treatment for several days. Dunya Abu Muhsin, the most cheerful girl in the section, had already lost all her family members and one of her legs had been amputated. It was appalling to witness that the shell had hit her head. A brain matter had been expelled and scattered from her skull, and her blood was splattered on the wall near her bed. 1 week before this extremely horrific incident, Dunya Abu Muhsin told me when I make an interview with her, I used to play with her every day because she was my beloved patient in my section, that her ambition was to become a doctor and to be specialized in reconstructing amputated limbs so that she could treat and help patients in the future. She passed away while she was sleeping, most likely dreaming of receiving a prosthetic limb and recovering soon. However, all her dream, along with her breath, came to an abrupt end with that treacherous tank chill. This is Dunya Abu Muhsin. As you can see, my friends, she lost her limb. She has amputated limb because of attack of Israeli forces, and unfortunately, she passed away on 17 December 2023. She was always smiling. She was dreaming to be a doctor, orthopedic doctor, and treat all the amputated children to be walk again and again. This has happened in the room next to my room. This is the attack of the tank. It was getting through the wall. You can see this is the material of the brain on the wall. Her brain was out and was scattered on the room. Allah yarhamha. Okay, my friend, I will shift to station 3 about famine and hunger. This is the most serious time we have about famine and blockade. I will talk about the propaganda who are talking the Israeli leaders that this is propaganda of Gaza leaders that there is no famine. I will show you the picture of each child before and after famine and the blockade. The first one is Diala Ma'moon Ahmed al-Najjar. She's 1 year and a half. Look how she's lovely, how she's smiling. Look how is she during famine. She's in the hospital. She lost her weight. She lost nearly 7 or 6 kilo of her weight. She have just skin over the bone. She's even on the floor because unavailability of bed in the hospital. The second one is Mayar Difalla Al-A'raj, 2 years old. Look how she's laughing, she's smiling, she has a plethora, she has full cheeks. Look how she became marasmic, how she lost, how she had distended abdomen and sunken eyes, how her legs, she's just also skin over the bone. Look for Khulud Said Shtewi, she's 5 years old. Look now after during famine how it ribs. It looks like you have photos from Africa, from Somalia in the war, or Eritrea, or some African countries in the centuries before our century. Look for Hassan Barbakh, Allah yarhamak Hassan. He's 2 years old. He was smiling. He was a lovely guy. This is Hassan after and during famine. He lost a lot of weight and unfortunately he got opportunistic infection and passed away by septic shock. This is also Dima Faris Mansour Abu Mor. In the same picture, you can see her picture on the seashore before and her picture after the famine. And this is, you know him, this is Osama al-Raqib, the most famous severe malnourished child. This his picture before the famine, and this his picture after famine. You know, this guy, Benjamin Netanyahu, talk about him that this is a propaganda. He has a metabolic disease and he's not malnutrition. But when we have this picture for Osama is you can see how his picture before a famine. He's very healthy child. He wasn't complaining from anything. Now he's in Italy. He's in a good general condition and he's better than before. My colleagues, my brothers and sisters, starvation in Gaza Strip began on March, and its visible effect started to recede only at the beginning of September of the same year. I will not talk about the numbers because the numbers are available on all the media, nor about the parents who collapsed while watching their children collapse before their eyes, powerless to save them. 30 years ago, I'll repeat this again and again. While studying medicine in Ain Shams University and in Damascus University, our colleagues, I remember them, Dr. Sana Yusuf, Dr. Yahya Al-Gamal, they told us that we will explain to you about kwashiorkor and marasmus, but you will not see this disease because we are in the 21st century. You will not see this disease. This is just theory. But I couldn't imagine that all the kind of malnutrition are being in Gaza, and you can study and you can explain to your student or house officers or a trainee about kwashiorkor and marasmus and severe acute malnutrition and the protein energy malnutrition and the nutritional edema. We never imagined that kwashiorkor, once seen only in textbook and photographs, would belong to a child in Gaza. His skin is swollen and bloated with edema from a protein deficiency. Nor did we imagine that marasmus would describe an infant whose ribs protrude sharply and whose eyes sink into darkness from hunger. Hunger is not a statistic on a report or in a report. Hunger is a humanitarian collapse. An empty stomach causes pain, but that pain is less devastating than the pain in father's heart as he watches his child die of starvation. I'll shift to stage number 4. This is a lovely child. I think you know her. She's Huda Abu Naja. Huda Abu Naja is iconic history for famine and for severe acute malnutrition. As you can see now, she's in this picture. She's doing a report with Al Jazeera. She asking to be referred outside because she's feeling that she will pass away if she stay in Gaza. And she showed the interviewer her picture while she was before the famine, how she was healthy. This is a picture also for her. Huda Abu Naja is 11 years old, was completely healthy before the famine. She used to be one of my regular patients in the clinic. Gradually, she began experiencing fatigue, exhaustion, anemia, general weakness, pallor, weight loss, hair loss, excessive sleep, and the blurred vision. She also developed nutritional edema grade 3. Huda was admitted to the hospital 3 times. Huda was amazing and so clever and the brilliant girl. Sometimes when I have the house officers to assess the extent of Huda's edema, they would struggle to answer. But Huda would respond herself, Doctor, I am in grade 3 because of the puffiness around my eyelids. On one occasion, she developed distended abdomen due to hypokalemia. I mean potassium deficiency. And when I asked my trainees about the kind of food that should be given to correct hypokalemia, one of them answered banana are a good source for potassium. Innocently, she asked her mother if there are bananas where in paradise in order to make up for her hypokalemia or to be recovered from hypokalemia. Each time she was hospitalized, she received the appropriate nutritional formula, supplements, and vitamins. And then she go to the tent. In the tent, she depressed. She gradually, again and again, unavailable protein, her condition worsened, and then returned to the hospital in a critical condition Tragically, during the fourth admission, Huda was critically ill and quickly developed septic shock. I was decided to transfer her to pediatric ICU. When we informed her that she needs intensive care due to hypotension and shock, Huda pleaded with me to do everything possible to save her life. She told me, please, Dr. Ahmed, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I swear to God, that's what she told me before passed away. At that time, the hospital faced several limitations. Blood culture wasn't available to identify the bacteria. Electrolyte wasn't available to do hypokalemia or hypernatremia or something like that. Arterial blood gases wasn't available to put the patient on mechanical ventilation. Even central line to give inotrope for her wasn't available. So Huda was targeted in 4 or 5 steps. At last, despite all efforts, Huda passed away. Her death was a heartbreaking consequence of multiple systemic and medical failures. Finally, Huda's soul ascended to the heavens, complaining to Lord that oppression and injustice of the enemies and the silence of the relatives. Look to this story, this short story. This is short, painful story. Sham Abu Rus is about 2 years. She could hardly stop crying so that she could tell her pain after she had been struck with shrapnel in the abdomen some days before her injury led to the removal of some intestine. Close to her room, in her pregnant mother, who was injured and then had to undergo abortion, Sham's father got martyrs that night in the camp and in the tent. I want to shift to stage 5, shortage of medication. We talk many times about shortage of medication. We are talking about nearly 71 of essential medical supplies are unavailable now, and nearly 54 of basic medication are unavailable. I will give an example. This is Sadine Salim al-Najjar, who has Guillain-Barré syndrome. She was put on mechanical ventilation, and for a long time, she needed tracheostomy because of complication of longer duration of mechanical ventilation. Tracheostomy wasn't available at that time, so we asked one of our colleagues from Jordan coming to give that tracheostomy to be put for Sadine Najjar. Bayan Saqir is 10 years old. She has Guillain-Barré syndrome. Nothing you can imagine that protein investigation for CSF wasn't available at that time. Even EMG, MRI, nerve conduction velocity wasn't available for Bayan. Fatma al-Bayouk, 7 years old, she has also Guillain-Barré syndrome. She passed away because she didn't receive intravenous immunoglobulin. I want to shift this on stage 6, and this is the last stage or the last event. Now I feel I am forced to talk about someone who I loved very much. This man was my niece's husband. His name is Akram, and his wife, his name Khadija. She's my niece, and this is their sons, Muhammad and Salah. My niece's husband Akram, who was killed with all his family members in an Israeli attack on the 12th of April 2025. Akram and his family and his wife Khadija were living happily, but the occupation spied harvest their lives. They were struck with a huge US rocket, United States rocket, that cut their bodies into small pieces. Akram and his family is just an example of thousands of families which have been erased out of the civil records. According to Al Jazeera English, about 2,700 families in the Gaza Strip have been erased completely out the civil records during the Israeli war on Gaza, and another 4,400 families were also erased completely, but with only one survival from the whole family. This is Muhammad, their son, and you can see in the picture that his t-shirt, who was very happy about it, his father bought it, buy it for him because of Eid al-Fitr, and unfortunately by the rocket it was cut to pieces, and some pieces are put on the as you can see, some pieces are put on the I think for something belongs to electricity or something like that, and this is their bodies after was completely erased from the civil record. I would like to conclude my talk today by telling you about someone dear in my family, Sana, my nephew's child, served me happily in my clinic. She was gentle, active, loving life as only children do. Her innocence was shattered alongside her grandparents on the 4th of November 2023. But Sana was not alone. She was one name among 22 thousands of children. I want to repeat again and again, my friends, there is 22,000 children were killed in this genocidal war. They were buried beneath rubble, beyond the reach of language, knowing nothing of this world but love and purity. May Allah grant her parents patience and replace their loss with mercy and a new life. You know, Dr. Nidal, you saw the father of Sana in Egypt. Yeah, when you visited with Dr. Karama, my mother in Egypt, you saw Abdul Khalid. He's the father of Sana, the one who's complaining from a brain tumor in Egypt. And he, alhamdulillah, did the fourth surgical intervention for his brain tumor. He was very, very proud to meet you and Karama. And he told me, I really I couldn't imagine that there are some people in United States or in America or in European countries, they are feeling a lot of jealousy about Palestine, and they are so sympathy with Palestine, and they are the only defender and the brave defender on with Palestine. This is Sana. Sana is Abdul Khaliq's daughter. My nephew, Abdul Khaliq, is my nephew. This is also Sana while she was in Disney movie, and this is when she was passed away. Allah yarhamek ya Sana. Last, this is Lament of Gaza. Gaza, my friends, brothers and sisters, is being killed in very possible way. And the occupation is inventing new tools of crime. In Gaza, death is not an accident. It is a daily reality, crafted with accuracy and violence. Gaza is killed by sniper bullets, bombed by tanks and warplanes, blown apart by drones and killer robots, starved through blockade and famine, deprived of medicine until patients die in silence. Fetuses are aborted in starving wombs. Gaza is dying in every possible way. while the occupation doesn't just kill, it invents and perfects the tool of crimes. It tests its weapons on fragile bodies, strangles children with hunger, blocks hope even in the womb. This is not war. This is a system of death that spares no one, not even the unborn. At last, I want for everyone from my brothers and sisters in Doctors Against Genocide to imagine that he is in this situation. Just Allah, just Allah, Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. Thank you, my friends. Sorry for being too late. This is a great events happened with me in this criminal war and in this genocidal war. I want just to be with you. Thank you again. Sorry for being having more time.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ahmed. Please never apologize. What a powerful presentation and what a sad reality, sad stories. We really owe the people of Gaza that we apologize. We as a humanity apologize to them for letting them go through this and continue to go through this. No child, no mother, no father, no human being, no doctor, no nurse should go through this, especially if this is all preventable, especially if this is all intentional, especially if this is all designed and engineered by psychopaths, by supremacists, by people who hate humanity and they want to just dominate, they want to steal, they want to kill, they want to exterminate. We really need to do more for the people of Gaza. We need to mobilize, we need to speak up more, we need to spread their stories more, and we need to make sure that never again is not a slogan anymore. Never again is a standard of care. It's a medical practice. Never again is 101 medicine. It should be under the oath of every doctor, every nurse, to ensure that no human being, no people will ever go through this again. This is ABCs of medicine. Thank you, Dr. Ahmed. I don't know what else I can say. So painful. And we are sorry that we let you and your colleagues and your people go through this. Any reflections, guys? Any questions for Dr. Ahmed, please?
Want to say sorry for the loss of your niece, Dr. Ahmed. When we met your nephew in Egypt, like everyone in from Gaza, he's dignified, he's modest, he's very even-keeled. And all he wanted was to welcome us to your home in Madinat Nasser, make us comfortable and make us. He never burdened us with the details of the death of his daughter, or he was just like yourself. You are a source of positive energy for us. We need you in our lives more than you think.
Thank you, Dr. Karama. Really, he don't want to mention about that. And even when I asked him, please, I want a picture for Sana, he told me, okay, she's in paradise and I want to join her as soon as possible, inshallah. I don't want to die by a brain tumor. I want to die in Al-Aqsa Mosque, inshallah, with the battle of freedom, inshallah. You know, again and again, we are feeling proud about these examples because they are paid everything they have. You know, Abdul Khaliq has lost his daughter and lost his sister Khadija, who were the wife of Akram, is a sister of Abdul Khaliq. So he's lost his sister and lost his daughter, and also he lost his mother because she has colonic cancer and she wasn't available to be referred outside. She passed away by cancer of colon. But when you sit, as you mentioned, Dr. Karama and Dr. Nidal, when you sit with him, you feel that he's looking for the future. He's not feeling about to be surrender or to be weak. He's very power. He's positive energy. Every day he's talking with me. I'm in a good health, my uncle. I want to support you. I pray for you. You know, every time I take from him the positive energy and the good power. Thank you, Dr. Akram.
And he is so good with your mother.
Yes.
Very, very good. He's so attentive, so caring. He knows everything about her medical history. It's very impressive, mashallah.
He told me that our God is select him to take a lot of benefit that he's in Egypt to try to serve and to be with his grandmother because he feel that he's may take all these hasanat and these all these results because he's with his grandmother. Alhamdulillah, again and again, he told me when you left that I met someone who's not a normal Palestinian people. They are amazing Palestinian people. They are love Palestine more than the Palestinian people who are inside Palestine. He was very surprised about the jealousy about Palestine and the defense about Palestine that was from Dr. Nidal and Dr. Akrama. I told him that we
What do you
are
mean
friends
we're
since nearly
abnormal? We're abnormal? لا يا دكتور أحمد احنا أصحاب. Me and Karam are abnormal?
No, I mean extreme.
أنا بمزح معك بمزح. Yeah. So it was really great to meet them and it was an honor to meet them. MashaAllah عنهم. It's your nephew and your mother are amazing people. And he's very smart, by the way. He's a pharmacist. He is up to date on everything in medicine and science, medications. And I think, I mean, he has an advanced brain tumor, unfortunately, unfortunately, the bad ones. But when you speak to him, I mean, it's all strength, it's all power, it's all hope, it's all, when is the crossing gonna open? I want to go back. I mean, I don't know where they get all this strength, but we are really proud of you guys, the people of Gaza, and you are our moral, moral support. And inshallah, once the crossings open, we, the abnormal people, along with your mother and your nephew and all the people in Gaza will go back and join you.
You know, Dr. Nidal, when Sana was targeted, Abdul Khaliq was nearly thrown nearly 16 meters from the rocket, and has head trauma and he has back pain and severe injuries. But he has a brave heart. He come back again, and he told that I want to support. He's always have positive energy. Thank you, my friends.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ahmed. And I mean, it's been consistently not only inspiring, but Vidal says, humanizing the people in Gaza, but I think Gaza has humanized us all, reminding us of what it actually means to be human. And you putting a flower after all that pain in your presentation, reminding us to think about, love as a key message and, that's something meaningful and purposeful out of this pain is really what you've taught us to do. And you know, without this deep connection to you, we would be absolutely devastated. So you are the source of inspiration to us and the source of hope, and you know, we're guided by your light all the time. So thank you so much.
Thank you, my friend. You know, when I see this picture, this picture is make me more and more strong. No, I think we will not be able. Okay, I'll remove the
Background.
background. Okay, just a minute. To Nidal, we have someone from the West Bank.
Yeah, we had Shatha earlier from Beit Hanoun. MashaAllah
Yes.
anha Shatha. She had a great presentation too about study they did in the West Bank, and we can share with you. We're gonna try to make a clip for it, and we can share that with you, so you can go over the whole thing. It's very, very powerful and profound too. And I also I think we want the DAG colleagues and the supporters of DAG to send their prayers for the loss of one of great supporters of DAG. It was the late mother-in-law of Martha Miller, Dr. Ahmed. You remember her?
Yes.
She unfortunately passed away, but in peace. She did not suffer.
Oh.
She was surrounded by her family. And the family of DAG, are grateful for her family, for all the support they did to us in DAG and to the people of Gaza. For ta'azina, Allah yarhamha. We say Allah yarhamha.
Mrs. Anne Gamble. Mrs.
Anne
Anne
Gamble. Mrs. Anne Gamble passed away, I think about 2 weeks ago, Martha? 2 weeks ago.
Yes. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Allah yarhamha. May God bless her soul and may she rest in peace. From us, from all everyone DAG and all the people in Gaza. تفضل Ahmed, Dr. Ahmed.
Thank you.
I think she was a neurologist.
Her husband was a pediatric cardiologist.
Pediatric cardiologist. Sorry. رحمة الله عليها.
الله يرحمها تعيش.
Yes. This is the picture what I'm talking about.
Oh.
Oh yeah, what about this picture? Who are these abnormal people?
They are our brave hearts. They are our
You should have been with us.
ريان عندك؟
ريان, yes.
تعال ريان, احكي يا زلمة.
موجود يا زلمة.
Talk in English, please. We don't understand Arabic. How are you today?
Alhamdulillah.
How's the weather in Gaza today? Is it still cold or getting a little bit better?
How's the weather? كيف الجو اليوم? It's cold ولا؟
والله هوت أعتقد. I think hot. ما طلعتش
It's hot
برا
now?
لكن بعتقد هيك.
I want to see your face.
Yes,
Yeah, get more in the camera, please. How old are you, Rayan?
والله I'm 17 years old.
You don't need to swear on every sentence. Okay. How's school going for you?
والله الحمد لله تمام.
Wallah, alhamdulillah. He said again, no swearing, please. Okay. What do you wanna become after you finish school, high school?
What? Please again.
What do you wanna be? What school do you
إن
wanna
شاء
go after you
الله
finish high school?
إن شاء الله dentist or إن شاء الله pediatrician.
Pediatrician. Okay, so for
Sure.
all the pediatricians here, we have Ryan ready, waiting for your scholarship, and send him to
خلاص
Hayam
انتوا
son. Find a place for him.
يعني انتوا موجودين عشان يعني ان شاء الله support me ان شاء الله في المستقبل.
Exactly. Yes, inshallah. Muhammad, we're not gonna support Muhammad لأنه he stopped talking to us. So you're taking
شايف
over now. Where is Muhammad?
مش
I
نافع
did not see him for a while. Where is he?
مش هنا والله.
Muhammad is busy. He's open and coffee for internet, something like that, a private project for him. So
Nice.
he is just waiting to leave Gaza because he want to continue his study.
طيب سلم عليه الله يخليك سلم عليه احكي له مشتاقين له we miss him and whenever he get a chance he can join and give us updates on his small business because I think his idea of small business was very smart. He wants to help people try to make a living instead of just being dependent on charities like everyone start or try to do something small to help small families produce something to help their community. So that was a great project and
he's continuing that he's doing a great job with George Galloway. He's I think they are make some charitable food or something like that, and they helping also some people in tents, sometimes in water, something like that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rayhan, for helping your dad and helping us with the technology part, please. I wish you were
يعني هذا واجب علينا.
Okay, yeah, help him now, and when you come to the States, you'll need to help me. So we will have work for you wherever you go.
لهم شغل لك وين ما رحت.
يعني خلاص إن شاء الله.
He's ready دكتور نضال.
منور يا ريان. We're proud of you. Keep it
بنورك
up.
الله يسعدك.
And good luck with the school, and inshallah you'll become a dentist or a pediatrician or whatever you want, or whatever is best for you. And we are here to support you. So thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ahmad.
Most welcome.
You make us cry, and you make us proud, and you make us human beings, and you make us everything. I don't know how to describe the feelings, but this is how we all feel when we hear you and we listen to the stories, what you've been through. I think, yeah, we have to keep going despite all these mixed feelings, up and downs, and all the conflicting feelings that we have. And we need to, inshallah, build a better world.
To
That no
Nidal, I
human
will
being.
tell you a secret. I'm
Tafadhal.
waiting for Sunday, because when I see my friends, my brothers and sisters in this webinar, you like someone who are waiting for the dose of something, who addicted to have this dose. Sorry for it's not a good example,
Yeah.
but really, this dose of positive energy, this is make our week is starting from tomorrow. Tomorrow, Sunday, tomorrow, Monday, inshallah, I'll be in the full capacity. I'm working here and there, and because I have this meeting with my brothers and sisters. I swear to God that what happened with me. Because these faces, these brave hearts, this word that you are supporting us is have a lot of effect on our duty, on our work, on our performance, and our achievement. I will not talk too much because I want to take all the time. Thank you for my all brothers and sisters. Inshallah, see you.
Thank you, Dr. Ahmed. Thank you, Rayyan. Inshallah, we'll see you soon. Now we're going to move to the Canadians, and the webinar is not going to be recorded going forward because they have secrets they want to teach us. So it's very important, please, everyone. We want everyone to come back and listen and watch this because you cannot go back to our YouTube and hear what Gur and Dr. Algu are going to share with us. So Maisa, please go ahead and introduce our new guests. Again, that's not going to be recorded. That's why please try to listen to the whole thing.
Yeah, so apologies for everybody who's watching us on YouTube. We did share the link for the webinar if they wanted to join us live, but I'm going to stop recording and stop the live stream for this section.